What's up, beloveds? It's JB Eckl. Welcome to my channel. And today we're going to be talking about a song that has been stuck in our heads for the latter part of the year 2020, courtesy of a cat that we'd never heard of before named Nathan Apodaca. Nathan, I hope I'm not butchering your last name. Better known as Dogface208, who had an incredibly viral hit video on TikTok, lip syncing to this song, riding a skateboard, drinking some cranberry juice, and projecting a certain chill that apparently we all need and aspire to, especially at this time in history. It resonated with all the people. Everybody's seen it. It resonated heavily with me. And I agree with whoever said that 2020 started to turn around when you showed up. So this one goes out to you, Nathan. And congrats on your engagement, too. So the song, of course, that we're talking about is Dreams by Fleetwood Mac. This was a massive hit for the band and a defining moment for Stevie Nicks, who wrote it and sang it. And apparently she wrote it on an electric piano at the Plant in Sausalito, which is a studio that I got to work at one point. And I remember just feeling the ambience of the place and the classic records that had been made there by Sly and Stevie Wonder and Metallica and all these other, iconic artists. But the main one that stuck with me the whole time that I was thinking about was this song, Dreams, which I've been hearing since I was a little kid in the 70s. And the groove of it, we all know, is just these two chords. And a lot has been made of the fact that most of this song, almost all of it, is based over two simple chords. And it seems simple on the surface, but once you look a little bit closer, you find out that there are some subtleties that really make this song what it is and create this magical atmosphere that only exists in this one tune. Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to keep you down? Watch out for high notes. It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. Listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you down, and the stillness of remembering what you had. So you can see what you lost. You can see that it keeps going on those two chords. I haven't moved off of that progression of just those two chords. And then the chorus comes. Do we get new chords? Nope. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. Say women, they will come and they will go. So the point is, it just keeps going. And normally in songwriting, when you go to a new section, you're going to start pulling for some new chords to maintain interest and keep the thing moving forward. I know that I always find myself doing that. When I get to a new section, I'm like, we need to hear a new chord. We need some fresh harmony here, or it's just going to get boring. Whereas in this song, the opposite happens, where we stick to the same two chords, and instead of getting boring, it puts you in a trance, and it's this hypnotic cadence that just never goes away and never fully lands. So we got to talk about a little bit of basic music theory to get into that. The song really is not in F or G, the two main chords that you hear. You hear, and it's really F major 7 and G major. You don't ever really hear the chord that the key that the song is in, which is A minor. You get to hear it a little bit later, but over her whole vocal melody, it never happens. So You could say that the song resolves to C major, but I don't like that. I'm not a fan of talking about relative major keys when the song is clearly in a minor key and resolves. So it's really A minor, and she sings an A minor melody the whole time, no matter what's going on with the chords. So you'll hear it. Here it is. It's like pentatonic minor A minor blues scale. And then in the chorus, it's all A minor pentatonic blues scale. So she's singing an A minor melody. As a matter of fact, if you make an A minor vamp, like a more conventional 1970s chord progression, like I Feel the Earth Move or Oye Como Va, or one of those classic 70s jams, you'll hear it, and you could sing her whole melody, and it's so ironclad that it holds up. Now here you go again, you say you want your freedom. It works. Who am I to keep you down? And you could keep going on a more traditional chord progression. It's only right that you should play the way you feel it. Listen carefully to the sound of your loneliness, like a heartbeat drives you down. So you see how it works, and nobody's gonna get mad at that. You could sing, I feel the earth move under my feet. It's a very, like, singing a minor pentatonic over top of an A minor vamp like that is a real traditional way to go. And the song would still be great, but it wouldn't be Dreams, because instead of doing that, she sings all of those A minor melodies over these other chords. F is the flat 6 of A minor, and G is the flat 7 of A minor. And we never get off of that. It never goes away. So the whole song remains in this state of suspension, of, I want to say tension, but it's a little different than tension. I don't know what word I'm looking for. Put it in the comments. But there are some things that Fleetwood Mac does to differentiate these sections of the song that stay on the same two chords. So there's a guitar part that kicks in on the B section, and this was pointed out by the guru of guitar players, Tom Bukovac, on his awesome YouTube channel. Back in April, he was talking about this and drew our attention to it, and I've been thinking of it ever since, and thinking about Lindsey Buckingham a lot, which we'll get into in a minute. But he starts to play this thing. What you lost. Actually, it moves. And what you lost, and what you had, and what you lost. Awesome guitar arrangement. And then in the chorus, it switches over to acoustic guitar, and all the electrics kind of go away, and you hear this high organ note or synth note that sort of denotes that this is the chorus. And then, of course, the other huge thing that they bring in the chorus is the harmonies. So let's see. It goes like this. 1, 2, 3. Thunder only happens when it's raining. Players only love you when they're playing. So you get that huge harmony that happens, and those are the things that add life and freshness to the song instead of the chords changing. So it's genius. And not only is the song a masterclass in melody writing and arrangement and background vocals and lead vocals and ensemble playing and record production, but the other glaring thing about Dreams that has to be talked about is the aforementioned awesomeness of Lindsey Buckingham's guitar part. He plays incredible stuff throughout this song that has been a huge influence on a lot of us guitar players. and he's just, he plays like an arranger and a producer, and of course that's the kind of mind that Lindsey has, and he can rip on guitar. But the biggest thing that sort of sets him apart is the actual melodies and the color parts that he adds to songs, which are literally second to none. Now, to get into Lindseys' approach on this song, I don't think it's important to try to get his exact guitar sound. The reason I say that is partly because he has a really unique instrument. I don't think I've ever seen one like it out in the real world. But also because, for our purposes, it's a little bit more about his approach and the sheer creativity, or the wisdom, as Tom Bukovac says, of Lindseys' way of dealing with the song. So he does have a fingers on strings technique. I don't think he ever uses a pick. You can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but it's a very sensitive fingers on strings approach, and a light touch. And the main event here in this tune is the volume pedal. So I've got a volume pedal on the floor that's giving me the ability to fade in every note. So you don't hear the pick attack, the percussion of the strumming or the plucking of the guitar. Every note fades in. You hear stuff like this that almost doesn't even sound like a guitar. So that's wall to wall in this song. That's the main approach in this tune. The other thing is I've got a little bit of swirl coming from a rotary speaker effect, which I'm using a Strymon Mobius to get that. I don't think Lindsey was using a chorus pedal. It was probably a Leslie rotating organ speaker. Again, I could be wrong, but 9 times out of 10, I prefer the rotary over the chorus anyway. But here's kind of what he played. And here's that pre-chorus part I was talking about. Like a heartbeat drives you mad, remembering what you had. With that little G7. And then you have this after the chorus. There's your A minor. Gorgeous, haunting guitar parts from Lindsey Buckingham. So there you have it, folks. Fleetwood Mac's Dreams, courtesy of Dogface 208, representing the United States, Mexico, Northern Arapaho Nation, and making me crave some cranberry juice. So I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do subscribe and hit the little bell so that when I come up with some new content for you guys, you get notified. And until next time, onwards.